Four Stories Dublin, we're back again. Obviously, House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
We're reviewing episode 9. And before we get started, I think we'll give a little shout out to Imelda May. Is that her name?
Imelda May.
Imelda May.
Imelda May. I
And her dad,
apologise.
Tony. Well, what happened was I went to Imelda May's concert last night, and footage was taken of her concert and her dad up on stage. So what happened is actually this morning we only put them stuff out, and she was actually sharing it on her page. Because I came to see her dad and her, you know, because he's such a good character. But no, word is spreading. We're hoping Four Stories keeps growing.
And it's doing well. So, and that's thanks to all you people.
Yeah,
So to everyone watching, a big thank you.
Yeah.
So we'll kick into this House of the Dragon episode 9.
Thank you, people.
And again, we have the
Boss Man, the Night King.
The Night King, Game of Thrones, and this one.
That's the Boilings.
So that's two of them.
That was season 7, and that was season 8.
There we go. Little Easter eggs again. Thanks to Paul. So well done, Paul. So we'll kick into this. House of the Dragon, episode 9. I have me notes. Episode is called The Green Council.
Yeah.
Right. Directors of this, usual suspects. Kerr Kilner, Craig Yates, Greta.
Craig Yaitanes.
Craig
We
Yates.
keep getting his name wrong,
Yeah,
don't we?
I'm gonna get a lot of names wrong. So believe me. And Greta Liam, I'm sure, will save me here anyway. So. But we'll get into it.
Yeah.
We'll kick this, right? The episode kicks in and it starts off, it's real dark. It's shown around the castle and all, everything's dark. It's wet, it's raining. No one's about, no one's around. So it kind of gets you keen as to what's going on. Is there something happening, right? So with that, there's a meeting held by the council.
Yes.
And at this meeting, it is confirmed that King Versailles is dead.
Yes. Yes.
He died. Right? So, they kind of have a little bit of a heated moment. Because apparently the last wishes of King Versailles was to Alicent. This was the last words, that
Aegon should rule.
Aegon should be ruling. He should be king.
Because he believed he was in a bad way. He was talking to his daughter, Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the Aegon, the prince that will be promised.
Exactly. So with that, some people don't really believe that this should be how it is.
No.
In the council, it kind of gets a bit heated, you know, and with that, Sir Criston gets a little bit heated himself.
Yes.
And he kills someone.
Yes.
I'm not sure who the guy was. I'm not great with names, so.
But he stood up. He
He
didn't believe in
treason. He stood up for
treason.
Alicent. He stood up for Alicent. That's the way I seen it went. And straight away, he killed the guy. Right, so there's no hesitation on it. And then him and his commander then drew swords together.
Yes, your man was the leader of the City Watch.
Yeah.
The Night's Watch is the wall.
He commanded Christian put his sword down. He wasn't having any of it. Christian's real foot there was to defend Alicent. And that's where his loyalty stood. So he wasn't putting down a sword, and neither was the commander either. So with that, Sir Otto then kind of commands the commander to send the army out. I think they were going to go for Daemon.
Yes.
That's what they wanted. They want a Daemon out of the picture. They want Rhaenyra out of the picture. So Sir Otto had commanded, look, I want you, your best of men, and your dragon to go over, and I want it clean. I don't want any messes. Go over and get the job done and come back. And with that, the commander put his white robe down. Said, look, I serve the king, not you. So until there's a king, here's my robe, I'm gone. So it kind of gives a little bit of a heated tension, you know, that there's a lot of people there that don't really want his son to be king. They don't feel it's the right choice.
They don't feel he's fit.
That's true. So, and I see it as well, you know, that between the two, so like Igor and
Aegon and his brother
Aemon, yeah, that it's kind of like another Daemon and Viserys happening.
Yes.
If you think so, you know, because it's like
one's hot-headed.
Exactly.
But Aegon is a very twisted individual, as we learn through the episode.
He's another Daemon. No, Igor.
Oh, no, Eamon. I think you're
Aemon,
thinking
he's
it's Damon.
more- yeah.
He doesn't think about things. He just goes off
just
the handle.
just does it.
And then consequences happen.
Yeah, he just does things, which is, that's how I kind of see it as they go, you know. So with that, next thing that kicks into this episode, yeah. So the next thing that kicks in is Alison and Sir Otto, are both looking for Egon.
Aegon. They're looking for Aegon in the town. He's gone missing.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Right. So Sir Otto commands Sir Eric
Yeah.
out to look for.
He was one of the twins.
Yes, to go out and look for the new king.
Aegon, yeah.
So they're sending him out. He said, "Look, I want you to be discreet about it. I don't want anybody to know that you're going out looking for him. I want you to find him, get him, and bring him back to me.
Yes.
No one is to know about this. Queen's not to know about this." So he sets off and he goes out looking for him as well. But at the same time, Alison is talking to Sir Christian.
Yes.
And she says the same thing to him. "Look, your loyalty stands with me. I need you to go out and find him
Yes.
before anyone else does." And he says, "That's no problem. I won't let you down, I promise."
Yeah.
And he goes straight out. And with that, Egon...
Brings Aemon. He brings Aemon with
Aemon,
him.
it is. Aemon.
Aemon.
Their names are real similar and
Yeah.
it's hard, but he said Aemon ends up going out
Aemon's the guy without the eye.
with the one eye.
One
yeah,
eye.
he goes out with him and they go out and they go looking for Igor.
Aegon, yeah.
Yeah. So then, while that's happening, everyone kind of goes to the hall,
Yeah.
if I'm correct. And then Sir Otto explains to everybody, "Look, the king is dead. So here's who's next in line.
Hmm.
I need everyone to stand by this."
Yeah.
So there's one or two people that they're not doing it because of their families, they're not listening to it.
You have to remember, they swore to Viserys that they were going to back Rhaenyra
Yeah.
as the succession.
And this is where it's kind of like a civil war in a sense, it's kind
Yes.
of breaking out, you know. So there's a few people in this that aren't going to, the exact words was, "I'm not going to bend the knee to
Yes.
this." So that's fine. They're sent at the scene, they're sent away, taken away. Everyone else, they're kind of down and they're going by what's to be told to them, you know. With we come back into the village.
Yeah. So we're in Flea Bottom.
Yes.
Which is basically the kip of King's Landing.
That's basically the trenches, as I would call it, the trenches of the town, right? So Sir Christian meets a woman there,
Yeah.
who she starts talking to, and she's claiming, "Oh, I know where he is, but it's a price I'm looking for, you know." So with that, he kind of says, "Okay, fair enough." She goes, they end up having a meet at a point, right?
Yeah.
So they're talking about this, but then Sir Eric is out looking, and it's like they're in this, like a fight club.
It is, yeah.
It's like a fight club.
A horrifying fight
it's
club.
different,
Yeah.
you know, and you're watching it, and when I first seen it, I thought it was the new king actually after being thrown in there to fight.
Yeah.
But you kind of see how things go, and so Sir Eric is there watching amongst everything, and he's looking around to see if he can find the son to bring him back to
Do you want to bring into what the fighting the kids was? It was kids fighting.
Yeah, it was.
With sharpened nails
Is
and
that-
sharpened teeth.
is that
It was
what it
like an
was?
equivalent of cockfighting or dog fighting, but they used children, which was horrifying.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I didn't notice the nails in the teeth.
Yeah. They
It's
see
quite
when
hard.
she reveals it later.
That's rough.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll keep going here, right? Now, yeah. I'm just checking my notes, guys. Apologies. Now, Lord Lance and Otto
Yeah.
are talking amongst how he's been around Alison a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so he's noticing that them two are around each other. He wants to know what's wrong, but he's like, "You don't need to worry about what's happening here. You don't need to worry about what's being said here, you know." So now it comes to, we see Alison grieving. She's crying. She puts the crown on Viserys for the last time.
Yes.
You see his body wrapped up there. You see she just puts the crown on his chest. It's the last time she'll ever do it. So now Alison and another woman, Alison and the princess are talking.
Yes, her daughter. You escaped me there now.
Yeah,
I can't think of her name, but yeah, I know the blonde girl.
Yes, that's who it is, right? And they're talking about Egon
Aegon.
being king. and that her children, most of them are like Alison is
Who
saying,
is her husband?
Yeah.
Their sister or their brother sister wedding.
They're like, she's saying to them, look, your children are dead, your husband has left you. You know, he abandoned you.
Oh, you're talking Rhaenyra's, the older woman.
Yes, the older one. Yeah,
Rhaenyra's.
So now Alison are telling her that she should have. Alison is telling her that, look, you should have been the queen. Do you know what I mean?
Queen that never was.
Yes, that's exactly what she says there. She should have been the queen that never was. She'd have found peace, is what she said.
Yes.
You know, so we'll kick it with that. And Sir Otto and Eric are now meeting with this woman about where the whereabouts is of Aegon. So he pays the price. I want to know where he is, and she, just before she tells him where he is, she says to him, "Look, you need to remember, I took him.
Yes.
You need to remember, I could have killed him at any time.
Sorry.
You need to remember, I could have killed him at any time."
Yes.
So he understands that, and now they end up finding. They found Aegon.
Yeah, they found Aegon.
He was hiding under a table.
He's a coward.
Candles. Yeah, he was hiding under a table. Do you know what I mean? So
He doesn't want the rule.
No. Sorry, Eric found them as well.
Yeah.
So they grabbed him and they started bringing him outside. He said, "I don't want to be king. No, don't take. I want my mother." Like, and he tries to escape, but they catch him. He didn't get very far. So then they just about get outside, and who's standing outside waiting? Sir Christian.
Yes.
So Christian and Aemon are standing outside waiting for them.
Yeah.
And Sir Christian's not backing down.
Nope.
Sir Eric isn't backing down.
And we also have his brother there as well.
Yes.
And this is the Civil War thing.
This is where it kind of gets a
The
little
breaking
bit
of the
interesting.
brothers.
Yes. So this is kind of where it got a little bit tense a bit. So Aemon manages to kind of escape Sir Eric.
Yeah.
He runs down, so his brother runs down after him. But with that, Christian and Eric both draw swords and they start fighting amongst each other.
Yeah.
But with that, Aemon managed to grab Aegon.
Yeah.
So he managed to hold him down, but he's saying, I don't want to be back, I don't want to go back there, given all this. And then Sir Christian ends up, he never killed him or anything.
No.
He just drawn off his sword as a sign to say, I'm after winning this, I'm not going to kill you. So
because Christian is a master swordsman.
he is, and he's fantastic at it as well, you know. So we get to that point, and so Aegon's... Yeah, so we find out he's brought back anyway. So Alison has Aegon now.
Yeah. She has Aegon back. But also we see that Aemon is annoyed because he feels he would have made a better king.
He would have.
He's learned how to fight, he's learned the psychology of, he's learned the books.
He's willing to do what
he's willing to
needs to be
do
done.
things, where Aegon is a rapist with an interest in children. And unfortunately, that's what the character is.
That's how it is.
Yes.
So you can't really complain on how it is, but he's back now with Alison. So we start getting down to the whole situation that Aegon is going to be king. Is what she's saying. Yeah, he's going to be king. Alison is saying, look, you're going to be king regardless now. Everything says to Sir Otto.
Yeah.
So he says to Sir Otto, she does, that he's going to be king. It's all going to be done my way now. So tomorrow he's going to have his ceremony. He's going to get the crown, and I want Rhaenyra there. She should be there.
Well, you mean Rhaenyra's?
Yeah.
Yes, because she's looking for her support.
Yeah. So she wants her to be there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So explains that's to happen. Okay. Now Lord Lance
Yeah.
has met with Alison, and they're talking about Sir Otto, who is her father.
Yeah.
And the best way it'll take to help Igor
Yeah.
that they're talking about,
Yeah.
if I'm right, is to behead her father.
Yes.
Which
They
is-
don't trust their father because
No.
his father has been planning. There's a scene where
Behind their back.
10 years he's planning this.
Yeah.
You know.
So Sir Lance is kind of giving her Lord Lance has kind of given her the idea, your father needs to go. And she says, well, look, are you willing to do it? And he goes,
That's the guy with the disability, the real evil fella.
yeah, he's always in the background.
Oh, he's a horrible
And
person.
he turned around and said, look, if you're willing, if you want me to do it, okay, that's fair enough, I'll do it. You don't need to ask, right? So we know that there's this little plot going to happen now.
Yeah.
So we're wondering and we're expecting what's going to happen, okay? So he's willing to go and do this. Now we see the princess, the
Princess Rhaenyra.
No, the older one.
Oh yes. So
She
her
was- she
daughter,
was- yeah,
who was soft-hearted,
Yes.
but she also sees prophecy,
Yeah.
dragon dreams, as
Yes.
they would call it.
Yes, that's what it is exactly. So we see her kind of leaving. She's being brought out by a night. She's been evacuated. As far as I'm aware, I think she's been evacuated.
Yeah.
And you see her cutting through the town. She's trying to get away from stuff. So there's obviously some plot.
Princess Rhaenyra has done a runner,
Yeah.
but she was held in till the ceremony finished.
Yeah.
So the good brother, as I would see him, frees her.
Yes, that's how it works. So she's trying to get away and whatnot, right? So you see her going through the village. She's trying to get away. So it breaks through now. We come into where Alicent and Aegon they're both in their carriage, and they're traveling. They're obviously traveling down to his ceremony.
Yes.
So it's where she's saying to him, "Look, you're going to be king now. You should be happy." He's like, "Look, I shouldn't be king. I'm not meant to be king." But Alicent keeps telling her, "Look, it was your father's final wish. He wanted you to be king, so you're going to have to be king. It's what your father wanted, right?" So while that's happening, she's travelling down. Sir Otto's in the hall
Yeah.
at the ceremony where all the people is gathered.
Yeah.
And is saying to them that
And the local people have been turfed into it,
yeah,
witness it.
they've been brought in.
And they brought Rhaenyra in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And she was told, you can't get to your dragon, it's too dangerous.
yeah. It's too late, like right.
And
So
they,
yeah, that's where it kicks in. That's where it kicks in big time. All the people are told by Sir Otto that the king's dead.
Yes.
They're all told now that the firstborn Igor will now become
Aemon,
king.
yeah.
She's receiving like a guard of honour at the minute now.
Yes.
All the knights are drawing their swords up.
Swords,
He's walking
yes.
through, you know. So while this is happening, Sir Otto was telling everyone it's a new day and a new king to lead them. That's exactly what he says. And he takes to a seat. The throne is put on his head.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
Well, Rhaenyra's just run off
Out-
our dragon, isn't she?
Out of nowhere, just the ground comes up from out of nowhere. The dragon comes up. And who's sitting on the dragon?
Rhaenyra's.
Rhaenyra is sitting on the dragon, and it's in the process of that happening, people are getting killed,
Milled.
battered. It's like they're all being slaughtered and stuff. And I always think to myself, like, right, how's this going to play out? But now, what happens is, you see who's sitting on it, and the dragon just faces Aegon,
Yeah.
and straight away, Alicent is standing in front of him to shield him, like, you know.
Yeah.
Now you see the dragon's head coming a bit closer, so you think, right, they're either going to be eaten or they're going to be the dragon's going to shoot fire.
To the point that they are getting blown back with the.
That's exactly what happens. Yeah,
not even a blast. His breath.
Yeah, he growls at them, and then
Yeah.
everyone is nearly get. Alicent just looks up, and it looks like she wants to cry, but she knows that she needs this to happen. And then you just see Rhaenyra and the dragon just take off.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the episode ends, like, and it kind of leaves you on a bit of a cliffhanger as like, how come she didn't do one? She could have done something there if she wanted, you know. How come she didn't do one there? So it kind of leaves you wondering what's going to happen in the next episode. How do you feel?
Yeah, it was good. It covered a lot of things. That Aegon was unfit to rule.
Yes.
Yeah. We have the breaking of the brothers. Do you know,
Yes.
which happens in Civil War.
Yes.
You get caught on one side, you get caught on the other side. You've also the prophetic dreams of Alicent's daughter, who says the monster below the wood or below the floor,
Yeah.
and they all think she's just silly,
Yeah.
but she's seeing what's coming. And there's also bits where she, for instance, looks at Aegon, and it's like she's looking at Aegon, and she can see things aren't going to be good.
Yeah.
Now, Rhaenyra doesn't kill them. She had the opportunity,
But didn't.
because I think in the Game of Thrones world that would have been seen as kinslaying,
Yes.
which is a low form killing your own.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a good episode. It's good to see that the dragons are being used.
They're slowly coming into things now. You didn't really see them much at the start of the season, but they're slowly coming into things a little bit, you know.
Yeah, and we're seeing, like as I said, Aegon's the king. But I think the reason Sir Otto wants him as the king is because he knows he can manipulate him.
Yes.
He wants a weak king because he has all the say.
And it's just like the same with Alicent. He had told
And
her,
Sir Lawrence then was, am I correct, at the end, gets a favour off Alicent for this.
yeah,
And that shows that the power he wants. He could have he has cells full of people to do that type of thing.
Yeah.
But he just wanted to show what power he had over the Queen.
Yeah.
And Rhaenyra calls her. She's saying, you should do this. And she is right. They did kill Damon and all, did kill her son. She lost her other daughter to being in possession of Damon, being out in Pentos, as I remember. And she is right. And she thinks, oh, I'm going to hit this one. But she's a tough nail, Rhaenyra. And she says, you have just been doing the folly of men. As in, you think you're doing right. You do everything for these men, you run around. And I think the last episode shows that she has been a plaything. And one of the things I found interesting is when Sir Lawrence is at what he's at, she looks away. Obviously, but it's the same look we had when Viserys used to be in the bed with her. Just switched off.
Yeah.
You know, and we see that she's a queen, she's powerful, but she's not really.
She's not able.
She's controlled by everybody around her. And her good intentions are always taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think she sets out to be a cruel character.
No.
But cruel people use her goodness against her.
Yes, they do.
Sir Otto used her goodness against her to get her getting back in.
Yeah.
And she got the favour done by Lawrence, who is, I have to say, even makes Aegon look like a nice guy. He is a despicable character.
Yeah.
He got his own father and brother killed.
Yeah.
For power.
Big time.
So, I thought it was a good episode. I was delighted to see the ending, because I thought it was just going to be a crowning. And if you notice, it wasn't the crown Viserys had on his head. It was a black crown, was it not?
Yeah.
And I just thought it was brilliant. And when she came up through the floor, but it shows that it's all right to kill the peasants, but you don't kill the leaders.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the thing about the House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones. They show that, like, for instance, if the British and the Americans were fighting each other, that you can kill the soldiers, but don't kill the generals.
Yes.
Because then that's total out war.
Yeah.
I thought it was a very good episode. But it showed Rhaenyra is clever, but she isn't going to go full mental.
Yeah.
She's sitting back a bit.
She doesn't want to take part in it, so she wants someone else to deal with it.
But she wanted to show them, and Alicent especially, you try lock me up in my room, you think I'm this and this, and you can just control me.
Well, you can feel the fire.
Feel the fire.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do. What would you give it out of 10, Paul?
I'd say this one now, I'd be going 9.5. I was liking this one.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think it showed what I needed to show. But I always feel with House of the Dragon, I don't mind when they're story building. Because I want
lead to something good.
Yeah, because I want to see the reason why they have the war.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important thing for me. But yourself, what did you rate as?
I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I won't say I didn't like it. It was okay. As you said, there's a story to it, so you kind of feel what's happening. You see all this tension happening, you know, people are staying loyal to Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
And then you have people that are going to stay loyal just for the sake of it, you know.
He's been working on them people for 10 years.
Exactly.
Families, like.
Exactly.
And that even shocks Alicent.
Yeah.
This has been planned 10 years, and she's like, what?
And she hates it.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of slyness,
yes,
if I may say, in the episode,
yes,
you know, especially between Sir Otto and Alicent.
Yeah.
You know, they're very both divided now, you know. Each one set out someone to go and find Aegon. And no one wanted to tell each other about it, you know, and
I think it was a balance of control. She was trying to regain some kind of power.
And she knew Sir Christian would do whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and the fact she wants to have him killed now.
Was your rating due to that you felt people hyped the episode?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's people that said episode 9 was
the best one, yeah.
It's the best one yet. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a good story to it, so I'm hoping episode 10 will bring more than episode 9.
Yeah.
Considering there's not much action and at least all this, so that's usually how it works.
Yeah, well, look, episode 10's next, and we're finishing off House of the Dragon, and then when House of the Dragon starts again, we'll be back on it.
Most definitely. So again, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
To Dublin, 4 Stories Dublin.
4 Stories Dublin, and then in the Instagram.
4 Stories Dublin on the Instagram also. So don't be afraid to give us a like, follow, and subscribe.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
So
And press the notification bell if you can, and you'll
Yes.
always see when we have a new video
yes,
coming out.
the notification.
Because every 3 days we're trying to get them out.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Alright, so guys, thanks again.
Let's
Keep
look.
it up.
See you. Bye.